everybody, welcome back to this week's episode of AMA Friday with Amy Miller, recruiting in yoga pants. So before we get started, I must ask you a question. Does this beard make me look unemployable? Sorry, guys, it's making my face itch. I had to. This is my natural hair color, in case you were wondering. So when I hair all over. When I saw this prop, I knew I had to get it. Because what a week we have had, okay? So I'm poking a little fun at this. I get it. It's not necessarily funny, so this may be really inappropriate. But if we don't laugh, we will probably cry a lot. So I try to find humor where I can. Here's the thing. For those of you that follow me on LinkedIn or have come to me through LinkedIn or even Twitter, you already have some of this backstory. You know that there was a post recently by a recruiter who basically admitted to carrying some pretty interesting bias. Y'all, I want to ground us in the difference between bias and dress code, between bias and company policy, between bias and perfectly reasonable regulations based on safety or something like that. There may very well be positions that can say no beers allowed. I understand that. I understand that. I imagine working in a manufacturing environment or production environment and, getting your beard caught in a machine. I could see how that could be problematic, right? Maybe you got to tie up the facial hair, or even restaurants, being a chef or being someone in food service, maybe you put on one of those fancy, facial hairnet things, right? I think that's a viable option. What I struggle with big time is the idea that a recruiter feels so unbelievably confident in their own standing, I guess, that they can basically proactively reject someone because of a picture. And let's make no mistake, y'all, that is what happened here, okay? The exact, I'm going to pull up the exact post. A lot of you may have seen this. I get it. And again, I want to be clear. I am not shaming an individual. I am shaming the behavior, okay? I don't know this person. Maybe they're very nice. I don't know. I don't know anything about this person other than my brief interaction with him on LinkedIn. And of course, his original post, which went like this. Just reviewed the profile of a payroll sales rep and passed on him because he had a beard longer than ZZ Top. Guys, do yourself a favor, and if you want to increase your chances of getting recruited, shave before to take your profile pic. Okay, so the grammar's a little off. I can't wait for the blowback on this post. Let's hear it from both sides. This will be fun. Friends, what we have here is the epitome of recruiter privilege. I'm just going to say it out loud. That person is coming from an incredibly privileged spot to be able to fix their fingers to type that on a public website. I understand that this recruiter may have conservative clients. I understand that this person may be working with companies who don't want 10-inch beards. I also understand what it's like to be on the receiving end of these kinds of ridiculous statements. I've been talked to about my snarky t-shirts, my cleavage, my refusal to wear pantyhose. That's obviously back in the day, but I heard about it. And honestly, y'all, these are nothing compared to what people of color, for example, go through. We hear all the time about Black women being discriminated against because of their natural hairstyles. Just as one example, I'm sure I could think of a million more, but we don't have that kind of time. But y'all know, if you just sit back for a hot minute and apply just a little bit of critical thinking skills, we have all faced some form of unfair bias at some point in our lives. Some of us have it worse than others. I get that. I fully recognize that I don't face a lot of the problems that others may, based on ethnicity, religion, skin color, gender, etc., and so on. But I face some of it, and enough of it to empathize with the guy with the beard way more than I emphasize with the guy who asked for blowback and didn't enjoy it when he got it. Here's what I want to leave you with, okay? This isn't a witch hunt for this poor guy. I don't know him. I wish him well. I hope he learned something from this experience. Here's what I know for sure. Recruiters are at the front line of this. We are the ones who may not have the authority, but we damn sure have the influence to work with our hiring authorities, to work with our client companies, and ask the hard questions. You know, okay, so you don't like, this is wonderful. A commenter on LinkedIn actually posed this question, and I love it, and I'm stealing it, so thank you so much, and all credit due to the person that I borrowed this from. Let's say you have a no tattoo policy, okay? I've got a few. I mean, this is only one of many that I have, just so you know. But let's say you have a no tattoo policy. So what you're telling me is that you would fire your top performer if they went and got a tattoo? Is that a hill you're willing to die on, Mr. Hiring Manager? Fair question. If you're saying no tattoos allowed, and Bob over there is your top performer, what if Bob goes out and gets a tattoo? Is he going to lose his job? Because if you're going to make an exception for Bob, maybe we need to rethink the whole policy here, because you might be missing out on some great candidates because they have a tattoo. Again, that's just a hypothetical. I get it. I'm not trying to minimize real world biases and prejudices and problems, but I just want to try to put things in context and in a way that we can fully understand how problematic this is. Okay? Going back to Beard Guy for a second, okay? We'll forever be known as Beard Guy. The right thing to do, assuming this person was otherwise qualified, assuming that the guy with the beard fit the requirements of the role, the right thing to do, hey, prospective candidate, you got a great background. I have this role that might be a fit. I gotta tell you, this is a very conservative client. They really have a thing with facial hair. They prefer clean shaven. I just wanna throw that out there. You can say no, you can tell me to go jump in a lake, but your background looks good. I'm judging you based on your skills and experience first and foremost. Should we have a conversation? Maybe the answer is no. Maybe the beard guy will be like, absolutely not. I worked really freaking hard to grow this beard and I'm not giving it up. Good for you. Company's loss. But to make that call without any discussion with the job seeker or any conversation or any pushback, and to brag about it, y'all, that says a lot more about the recruiter in this situation than it ever will about the guy with the beard. So recruiters, I am begging you, think about your biases. Think about some of the bad habits that you've picked up along the way or just never dealt with and never got rid of. I fight these battles all the time myself. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. I have, gut reactions to things I might read or learn or see about someone online. I have to check it at the door. And I have to be mindful that every qualified job seeker deserves a chance, and that it is none of my business how someone decorates their personal self. I'm just asking you to be human and treat others like humans too. Job seekers, I like to end these videos with something helpful, a call to action, a tip, something. All I've got for you today is that you have my support. Okay? This is actually making me emotional because I think it's so stupid. I do. I think there's so much wrong in the world already, and job search is already so challenging, and we're up against so many difficult expectations. Let's not make it worse. So job seekers, for what it's worth, I've got your back. And if you are struggling with your job search, if you feel like you're facing some kind of discrimination, or you're up against some kind of bias and you just need to talk it through, I want you to get in touch with me. That's the best I can offer you at this point. Maybe we can brainstorm some solutions together. But just know that you are so much more than your hair, your beard, your tattoos, your skin color, your religion, whatever it is. And you deserve to be treated fairly based on your skills, ability, knowledge, and the superpowers that you would potentially bring to your next employer. Okay? I don't know if that helped at all. But at least we got it off our chests. As always, wishing you the best of luck in your job search. I'll bring the matches. We'll see you next week.